As new blockchain ICOs are coming out and using the Ethereum platform for their token sales, people are demanding these ICOs take their money. Throughout this process, people are complaining about MyEtherWallet.com for an extreme range of reasons. So we wanted to explore, does MyEtherWallet work brilliantly with the Ethereum blockchain, or are the ETH users in need of an EDU upgrade? Let's discuss. Hey everybody, I'm Gary Palmer Jr., you're you, and together, welcome to Minting Coins. So thanks for showing up, thanks for being here. In this episode, we're going to be talking about MyEtherWallet at myetherwallet.com. A lot of the times this is abbreviated MEW, MEW for MyEtherWallet. This is an excellent way for people to explore the blockchain and interact with the blockchain for the Ethereum blockchain. Now, the MyEtherWallet.com, what it is exactly is that it's a free open source client-side tool for easily and securely interacting with the Ethereum network. This is an amazing resource that exists for the community, not initially started or funded and owned by some sort of megalithic corporation, but started by real people inside the real crypto community who were just simply creating a way, an easy way for people to engage and interact with the Ethereum blockchain. And what happened, for better or for worse, is that they've done an extraordinary job. They've done an amazing job. And they've done such an amazing job that they are known as the go-to wallet for easy, quick reasons for anyone to be able to use their private keys, their Trezor, their Ledger Nano S, the private key directly to interact and engage with the blockchain without having yourself to own and operate your full Ethereum blockchain node. And so what's happening is that people want to engage with Ethereum. There's a lot of things that are happening on Ethereum. There are several tokens that are transitioned on the Ethereum blockchain, these ERC20 tokens like the Golem network token. And then we have a lot of these ICOs for additional blockchain companies and additional tokens that are being generated on the network that are releasing these crowd sales where everyone wants to jump on and everyone wants to just throw their money most of the time without even reading what the terms are, without reading what the instructions are, and without reading necessarily what the white paper says about the technology. People are just diving in head first into these tokens, which are typically companies with using blockchain as a database. They're not even really their own product yet. They're not even something that exists. Sometimes they're just the white paper. Yet people are spending lots of money using Ethereum to purchase into these tokens at whatever the exchange rates are. And 9 times out of 10, it seems as if people are using MyEtherWallet.com to engage and interact with the Ethereum blockchain. And so what happens is that there's huge congestion, there's a huge backlog, and this makes it more expensive for anyone to want to send a transaction, since for the transaction to send, it needs to go through the miners, and for the miners to mine it, they can only mine so many messages and so many transactions in any given block. And so the order in which they're mining these transactions are going to be based on the mining fees associated with the transactions because they're going to mine the transactions that have the higher fees first. That's why in a past video we looked at the BAT token, and we saw with the BAT token there was an example of someone who paid around $2,000 to jump ahead in line and to get their transaction in first before everybody else inside a limited crowd sale. And so so a lot of people, the point of all this is that there's a lot happening with Ethereum. There's the Ethereum name service, the ENS system, where people are going through this auction process, this decentralized smart contract, which is allowing people to have ENS domains, decentralized domains. This is also using the Ethereum system, and for people to engage with the ENS system, as we've talked about also in our videos, showing people how to do that using MyEtherWallet.com. So all of these people who have not a lot of technical insight into Ethereum and into the blockchain itself, the technology itself, people who are getting involved because of the hype around the blockchain technology and wanting to get involved with all these additional projects, but they're not fully understanding how it all works, and they're not fully understanding necessarily what it means to have their own node, to run their own blockchain, or even how MyEtherWallet works. So with all that being said, I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to talk about MyEtherWallet, for us to talk about the Ethereum blockchain, and for us to just get a little bit into what's going on and about this community, about the MyEtherWallet service, so we can all have a greater understanding, a greater appreciation, and most importantly, a greater respect for what all of us are able to take part of because of MyEtherWallet, and how much access everybody has because of this technology, because of this tool, and but also what the limitations are, so we can each take personal responsibility for our interactions with the Ethereum blockchain. Because just like you want to be responsible for your own keys, and just because just like you want to have that accountability for being your own bank and your own private keys, you also want to have the accountability for being able to for you to be able to send transactions, for you to be able to send messages and broadcast those messages on the blockchain without needing to rely on a third party. Because in the case of you going to myetherwallet.com, if that website went down, how would you interact with Ethereum? And so it's critical that we understand what the limitations are. It's critical that we respect the resources that we have in the community, because if this was a waterfall, if this was a beautiful lake, we can't just pollute the lake. We can't just dump garbage into it and talk crap about it. We need to understand how this ecosystem works, so we can encourage it to grow and thrive for everybody. So with that being said, why don't we take a quick peek at the market, and then take a look at MyEtherWallet and go over that technology, and let's discuss. All right, so here we are over at coinmarketcap.com. Just wanted to take a quick peek where we are today. It's June 24th, and so we're at $109 billion. Not a lot of trading, and we're down to 39.1% with this Bitcoin dominance. You can see there's a lot of red across the board in the past 24 hours. There's a lot of things going down. The IOTA is going up. It had gone up, strong spike over here. But we're going to be focusing on the Ethereum blockchain. We have Ethereum Classic in number 5 position. This has been going down for a while. I'm sort of expecting this to bump up a little bit, especially with the new release of new information that I think they're going to be releasing over the course of the summer. But all these coins are releasing really great information, you know, hearing great things coming about Litecoin as well. We'll be making a video about that. But so here we have Ethereum in number 2, Ethereum Classic in number 5, and let's pop over. So let's pop over at MyEtherWallet.com. So here we are at MyEtherWallet.com. We have here, it's the secure website, MyEtherWallet.com. You always want to check that this is the proper address, simply because there's a lot of websites that are spoofing this website, trying to make you think you're at MyEtherWallet.com. So when you use it, they can steal your keys. Because if you look down here, we have a link to the GitHub, and if we dive into it, you know, you'll find out that MyEtherWallet is released in an open source MIT license. And so and as it says down here, MyEtherWallet is free, it's open source, it's client side, which means your private keys are never being transmitted across the internet, or your information, your private information is never being transmitted to a database for processing. It's all happening local on your machine. And so anyone can take this code and run this website on their own for their own purposes. But the way this works up here, we have the node, and so this is the node, or the computer connecting to the Ethereum blockchain, you know, the access point into the Ethereum blockchain. So if everyone's using, you know, MyEtherWallet, then we can switch to Etherscan, and then we have this new one that they just updated, which is ePool. No, not ePool. Infura.io, and then we have ePool for the ETC network. And so it's just, if you're having a problem with one of the nodes, if you're connecting, you could switch to nodes. There was the gas price down here that you can adjust the gas, how much fuel you're putting behind your message. More fuel, higher cost, means getting yourself to the front of the line. And we can see that they moved it up to the top of the page because so many people weren't seeing this. And so this can be toggled from not so fast to fast AF, which stands for fast is fast. I think it stands for fast is fast. Is that right? I'm trying to keep the rating appropriate in this channel. So, and so yeah, so that's the very basics of it, right? We have the options here of creating a new wallet, so you can just instantly create a wallet. You can send Ether or tokens. You can swap. You can send information offline, engage with contracts. The ENS system, which I know and love. I think domain names are cool, and I think ENS is the critical infrastructure that's going to evolve in ways that we can't even possibly imagine yet. It's going to be so cool and so exciting. I can't wait to see the technology be created that it doesn't even exist yet, and the existing technology, the Swarm City technology, just be further developed into supporting brilliant ideas, and the ENS system creating a beautiful engagement, so anyone can easily understand what a website is about or what a smart contract is about. The ENS system is really, really cool. Or you can simply view wallet info. Really cool stuff. You can use your Trezor or your Ledger Nano to engage with this. If you have a Jax wallet, say someone sends you tokens with Jax, you can get your private key for your Ethereum out of your Jax wallet, and then you can use that private key to pop in the just click private key, pop the private key from the Jax wallet, and then you can use MyEtherWallet to engage, you know, to interact with the tokens that might be on that address. So that's cool. That's possible. We can always donate Ethereum and Bitcoin to MyEtherWallet.com. They really appreciate it, especially if you're using their services pretty heavily. And even if you're not, just a little bit goes a long way, especially with the this early adopter phase of the game that we're in. So this is MyEtherWallet.com. And if this website goes down, if you are doing, say you're doing an ENS auction over here and you want to reveal a bid, if MyEtherWallet is down, if ICANN was to take down this website, if these nodes all these nodes were to go offline, you would need to know how do you engage with the blockchain without using this service. And so we want to appreciate that MyEtherWallet is here, but not take it for granted. So over here at Reddit, we have this post that was posted about 4 days ago by Don't Forget Canada, right over here. It says, to all the people hating on MyEtherWallet, it's not their fault, it's yours. You don't understand how it works, so please stop. So this is really directed at all the people who were really, being quite critical of MyEtherWallet. People were in an emotional state of charge. There have been a lot of ICOs happening and people sending Ethereum or sending Ether, on the Ethereum blockchain. And when they're sending that Ether and they go to check the transaction on the Ethereum blockchain, maybe through Etherscan or whatnot, they're not seeing that message, or the message is disappearing, or something, And so what's happening is that all these people are going to the MyEtherWallet Slack channel and complaining. They're emailing and they're complaining, and they're complaining without even understanding all these different things that are happening. They're complaining without understanding how Ethereum works, without understanding how MyEtherWallet works, without understanding how these ICOs work, and without even understanding, anything about these ICOs, because half the time I see it so often with every single ICO. People are just throwing money in first and then asking questions later. It's really interesting and it's really, really scary. But let's take a look at what Don't Forget Canada has to say in this post. Let's read a little bit of this. So Ethereum is a decentralized network, and the right way to perform transactions in the network is for you to connect to the network directly and to submit your own transactions directly. So this would require you to run a wallet or a node that connects directly with the Ethereum network. So this would take longer for you to set up, a little bit more time, a little bit more money for you to learn. And you'd have to download the blockchain, maintain it, connect with other peers, etc., etc. When it goes down, then you have to fix it. A lot of maintenance sometimes with having a blockchain. You gotta put it. It's not just plug and play. It'd be cool. At one point we'll have plug and play nodes. We're not there yet, I would say. So MyEtherWallet is a 100% free and 100% open source project, and they are nice enough to do all of this work for your convenience. They run their own nodes, they synchronize the blockchain, they push all of your transactions to the blockchain, and they do all of this free of charge. They could charge everybody. They can just instantly create an account, make everyone have to create an account to access the services, or they can make it so after so many visits to the website, then you need to pay, or there's so many different ways that they can create a paywall, and so that the fact that everyone gets to use this unlimited for free is amazing. That this is a free service, and it costs them all this time and all this money and all this work. And so all that's on top of them providing the beautiful wallet generation tools free of charge too. So it's creating wallets, it's engaging with your wallet, it's engaging with the blockchain, it's engaging with contracts. It's so much that you can do through MEW. So he goes on to say, instead of moaning about how awful MEW is because your ICO purchase didn't go through, first realize that 1, you're complaining about a free service that thousands of people are trying to use at once. Unless you're going to donate 100 ETH to them to cover all their server costs, then your complaints are impractical. It's to say we can't depend, for critical services on a free service, especially when we're not to the level of engagement in the community where, we want to donate. Even if no one knows that you donate, just the fact that you have that gratitude is critical. It's good for yourself. It's good for them. You know, even when they receive anonymous tips and donations, it's just, it helps them not just maintain and live and struggle, but it helps them with the psychological stress of, you know, knowing that they have enough runway to keep their business up 6 months from now, or a year and a half from now, or 5 years from now. You know, for example, with this show, it's very difficult creating this show and the amount of time that all this takes, and you know, recording shows and doing research for shows and putting information together on a Friday night, and at the same time, you know, this show isn't paying for itself, and so it's just a lot of work, you know, to provide a service. And so when especially what MEW is doing, where, you know, people are using MyEtherWallet to transact thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars collectively, it's pretty amazing. So 2, you're complaining about something without understanding how it works, and you don't even realize that you're also doing it wrong to begin with. So if you want a 100% reliable wallet 24/7, then you have to go set one up and maintain it yourself. So quit complaining about the people nice enough to let you use their node at their expense for free, because, you know, and then he goes on to say, you know, they're complaining about the people. We don't need to get into all of that, but instead of, you know, attacking this free service, which isn't the problem, is more of a solution than anyone who's complaining is possibly realizing. You know, it's about having gratitude. It's about having respect. It's about planning and understanding the whole ecosystem, not just the one thing that you're interested in, but we need to understand how these other ICOs are affecting the business that we have. You know, we need to care about the blockchain and not just complain about it when it doesn't work. The one moment that we want it to work, especially when it's going to go back to an affordable mining fee just maybe 3 hours later or 12 hours later. We need to understand, in my opinion, how this works and have education about the tools, the blockchain, and the different components in this ecosystem. Speaking of which, number 3, in reference to the status ICO, status.im contribution page listed 5 different ways that people could contribute. So a ton of people were just contributing to this ICO, and 3 of these ways that they could have connected directly to the network, they even provide video tutorials on how to use them, would have solved all these people's problems, but they literally were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they weren't even reading these instructions. They were just going straight to MyEtherWallet and complaining. And then just blaming the people who are there, who are actually allowing them to even invest in these ICOs. You know, otherwise, how would you invest in these ICOs if you didn't have MyEtherWallet? MyEtherWallet isn't getting a cut from any of these ICOs to allow you to connect. You know, I mean, that could be a way that they make money. Every time you connect, they get a 1,000th of a percent of the ETH or the token, right? But they don't do that. Again, it's just pretty amazing that the level of usage that people are getting from this service and the amount of profit people are gaining without even understanding the ecosystem or what's happening behind the scenes. And so it's cause for pause and concern and caution. So yeah, so then I thought the comments were pretty fun here. So that one goes to the comments real quick. So this one person was going on saying if number 4, they had some other things they were saying, congrats if you missed out on the most overvalued and overfunded ICO in history. You should be thanking MEW because they weren't able to contribute. He's saying that you probably saved money but not losing money. And so this goes on to say, don't worry, there'll be plenty more of these opportunities for those. $1 billion ICO when? And in green, probably going to be a decentralized recipe app. Seafood. Hot dog, no hot dog. No hot dog. You are a liar. Jin Yang! So yeah, it's from Silicon Valley. I thought this was super funny, just a dialogue that the commentary inside Reddit. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's my Ether wallet. I hope that this has provided a little bit of more understanding about the Ethereum blockchain, about Ether, about the tokens, about interacting with Ether and tokens and smart contracts, using MyEtherWallet as a portal, a tool, a window with a control stick that allows us to engage in this new, 256-bit crypto world. It's like playing Nintendo. It's pretty amazing, except this game has real life implications, and it's a whole lot of fun if we know what we're doing, if we're working together, if we're understanding the blockchain, the technology, educating ourselves, educating each other, sticking together, because even though there's a lot to complain about and there's a lot to learn about, if we all take a breath and take a step back and pay respect to each of the different things that we're maybe taking for granted. In the very early days of the internet, there weren't domain names, there were IP addresses. In the very early days of the internet, it wasn't just put in an email and password and it connects to your phone. You needed to know command line protocol to make email work. And so just like today, there's a lot that new kids and older folk really have the benefit of, how flawless and seamless all the the internet 2.0 works. And while we're not there yet with blockchain technology and with Bitcoin or Ethereum, there's a huge progress that we have made even over the course of the past 12 to 24 months. And so understand what these tools are, understand how they work, how do they actually engage with the actual decentralized blockchain. There's a difference between the company that has the token and the Ethereum blockchain, which is just more of its own entity, its own creature, and how do you tap into this distributed ledger? How do you tap into this massive worldwide supercomputer? You can tap in using someone else's node. You can portal in through their node, or you can run your own full node. And something to consider, something to think about, especially as the information moves forward. It might be advantageous for all of us, even for everybody, to understand how to run a full node. So what do you think about that? Do you think that is possible? Do you have any experience running a full node? Do you think it's impractical for every single house that has Ethereum to also be running a node? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being part of this video. I hope that you're part of the comments and the conversation in the comments below. I know I said comments many more times, but I like commenting about the comments. Not speaking of comments, tap that like button, share this video. How are my speaking skills? Was it good that we were more direct, more to the point? Do you like that we skipped a lot of the commentary in the beginning of the show, or do you miss that personal connection? Let me know what you think. We'll talk more as I figure out how to run this show solo today. And thanks for showing up, and I'm glad together we're minting coins.